This has to be one of the worst borders I could use. Oh god. Well, time for round 2 of recording. Um, so I guess I'm gonna do another try at this with this damn mic. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, so I wanted to do another recording for 28 years later. Hate have to record this once again because this mic completely fucked up. And yeah, kind of sucks. But I don't know why it's doing that. Why are you doing that to me, my friend? Um yeah, I wanted to talk about 28 years later my review of this this movie. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I know it's been about a month since it's come out, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, which, everyone seems to have really enjoyed the movie. But for me, it's the opposite. Act one, perfect. To me, it was really good. It was fun. Aaron Taylor Johnson doing his dad thing. Can't get a hotter dude. But yeah, he killed it. That first act was fucking solid. Felt like 28 days later, in my opinion. Had the thrill, edge of the seat the entire time. It was dope. Really enjoyed that part. I feel like Danny Boyle did a great job at that. It had the feel of like a 2000s, early 2000s movie. Um, it had sick ass, to me, sick ass kill shots. I really enjoyed the way that they did the little panoramic for the shots. It was like a 180 every time they would do a kill. Pretty sweet. It reminded me of I don't know if anyone has seen that House of the Dead movie back in the day. I'll throw a clip in, but there's scenes from that where I was like, oh shit, take me back to when I was a kid. Oh, this is awesome. So I really vibed with that. That was sweet. And then I feel like I'm rushing this compared to the last recording I did, which kind of sucks. But uh, after I think after they came back to their little community, the movie just kind of took a fat lull for me. It just kind of hit such a low point that I was not enjoying anything after. The best way I can describe it is, his son Spike just, I don't know, did the Skyrim fucking key TGM God mode the entire time, and I just could not get behind it. It just felt so unrealistic, and it felt like a completely different movie, in my opinion. Like it was very strange how there wasn't really any tension after that. Like, yeah, there's certain sequences that I don't vibe with that much, like the gas station. Not a person who knows anything about science or how any of that shit works, but pretty sure they would have all died in there. But that was kind of like something that I found very strange. And then, you know, it just kept turning into different movies. Like this became like a kind of like a road trip comedy, not road trip comedy, but you know what I mean? It just had like too much comedy and like such a shitty like universe. Like 28 Days Later had moments of comedy, but it was just so it didn't hit like how this did. This felt like it was just trying too hard. That just felt kind of natural in certain scenes where they would go through something and then they would have like a minor little joke and it didn't feel forced. This kind of feels weird. It's a little odd. Yeah, I do like appreciate how Spike doesn't know what anything is outside the other, outside in the real world where everyone else is normal, living normal. And then this guy is introduced to show him that, cool, whatever. But then there's just like certain scenes after that. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? Um, but I think that's Danny Boyle felt like he did the first act. The second act, I don't know who the hell that was. It felt weird. Like the movie feels like three different directors had their hands in this, And then the last bit felt like Alex Garland wrote that, where it became like this spiritual, otherworldly, um, just philosophical shit that I don't care about, but that's my opinion. That's what I think is I want thrill. I want chase sequences. I want tension. This just didn't have it for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the direction it went. But yeah, I mean, and then I can't forget to mention all of the dicks. Lots of dick, lots and lots of dick. Really enjoyed hearing Samson running and just his dick slapping his thigh. You know, really had to put that audio in there, which was whatever. I don't mind it. But yeah, just maybe hit a weird point, and then the ending just had me with my head in my hands. Like legitimately had. You can ask my buddies. I just by the end of the movie, my head was just I couldn't believe what I was watching. And yeah, dude, I know people will think differently of the movie, and that's what they think. But Jesus, for a long time fan of 28 Days Later and 28 Months, like I watch those movies at least maybe 4 or 5 times a year, just because I enjoy them so much. And yeah, this just did not hit for me. I was not a fucking big fan, like at all. It was just kind of weird. I was really enjoying the first part, and then it just kind of went and took a weird turn. And then the ending, obviously, I'm sure everyone knows the Teletubby Power Rangers. Yeah, that really took me out of the movie. And I don't know where they're going because they introduce like pregnant zombies, they introduce these alpha infected. And what really took me out is in the ending, yeah, we get that absurd scene with them like jumping around and like just doing weird shit. But like them killing the zombies, it was just like a gore fest with like the blood spraying, and I'm just confused because with the rage virus, you get any blood in your mouth, in your eye, anywhere, anything that is open, you become immediately infected. So is my guess is that they're kind of infected. Like I don't know. To me, it's just weird. And then them retconning all of 28 months later with them starving out, so they didn't starve. He needs some milk. Just confused as to the direction that they're going with this. Obviously, we're gonna have Bone Temple, and I think it's a third movie after that. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of where it went, and I wish that they just kept the first act and just went with that the entire time. But it is what it is at this point. I'm just gonna keep going back and watching 28 days and 28 months and just live in the past, because all the things you love, I feel like, get ruined. But that's just me. These are the original directors, and I was really hoping that it'd stay to the original. But whatever. It is what it is at this point, and I think that is it with my complaining. I'm gonna try and do reviews for 28 Days Later. I know this wasn't anything crazy. It was just kind of like my take on it, what I think, and I know it's a month later, but at least it's not 28 months later, 28 years later. But whatever. I'll do the 2 movies after this. Just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on this. I know it's been a while since it's been out, but whatever. What I have to say is done. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.